She's just, she in slalom. Hey everybody, it's Halley O'Brien and welcome to the Snow Report presented by Ski Magazine. It has been a big weekend in Vermont. That's right, Killington Resort played host to the World Cup for the second year in a row, and it was awesome. Everybody had their eyes on Mikaela Shiffrin, who came in second place in giant slalom on Saturday, and on Sunday, she totally dominated, because that's what Mikaela Shiffrin does. Barilla pasta and slalom. And I think my favorite part about the East Coast hosting a World Cup is how loud and passionate and numerous the fans are. Even Mikaela Shiffrin said, East Coast ski racing fans are the most loyal and diehard ever. And it seems as if this guy Brian Rabin from Colorado does not agree. Passive aggressively hitting the angry face. Not passionate. My ringtone's a cowbell. I'm Brian Rabin. Switching gears a bit, let's take a look at what's going on weather-wise across the country. Our little update from Open Snow says the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies continue to lead the pack thanks to a favorable early season storm track. But we are keeping an eye on a pattern shift in early December so that Colorado and Utah can also get in on the goods. Hey, so by show of hands, how many of you have the Mountain Collective Pass? Put your hands down, I can't actually see it, come on. So for the two of you that aren't in the know, and don't worry, I'm not gonna name names, Stephen and Becky. The Mountain Collective is a group of premier resorts located around the world that have joined together to create the Mountain Collective Pass, which is a lift ticket that includes 2 days of skiing and riding at all partner resorts, plus 50% off additional days at those resorts, making it like a sampler platter for skiing and snowboarding. You can kind of just go everywhere. As you can imagine, all of these resorts are very different. They have different amenities, they have different offerings, and personalities. So we thought it would be a fun exercise to reach out to the resorts and get their fans to write in some of the best resort superlatives that describe these places. This is Collective Superlatives. Let's start with Aspen Snowmass. Okay, Aspen Snowmass was voted most likely to find more ice on the skiers than on the mountain. We also have someone that wrote in most likely to be mauled by a cougar. Think about it. And Aspen Snowmass, where your sister and new stepmom are the same age. Snowbird, least likely to groom terrain, despite how much Liz wants it to happen. Bet you didn't think that would happen, did you? Did you, Liz? Mammoth Mountain was voted most likely to forget when the season begins and ends, if it ever does. Jackson Hole was voted most likely to have the highest population of kids and dogs named Corbett's. Instead of yelling fetch, they just say, send it! But then bring it back. Banff Sunshine Village, most likely to protect national parklands rather than lease them to special interest groups. Oh my God. New to the collective this year is Sugarbush, and they were voted least likely to change their name to Splendabush. Although I think it actually has a nice ring to it. Alta was voted most likely to build the wall and make snowboarders pay for it. And maybe you're right, maybe the snowboarders will build that wall and pay for it to keep you guys out of the rest of everywhere. That's a plot twist. Last but not least, Telluride was voted most likely to be one of Oprah's favorite things. She lives there. Could you imagine trick-or-treating at Oprah's house in Telluride? She'd be like, you get a Snickers, and you get a Snickers, and you get a Snickers. The full-size ones. All right, that wraps up Collective Superlatives. If you have a superlative for your home resort, tag them in the comments and hit them with it. Don't hold anything back. Get creative, ruthless even. If you like this video, click that like button, share it with a friend who will like it too. I'm Halley O'Brien. This is the Snow Report Show presented by Ski Magazine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.